Hi guys, it's Amy with Aim to Plan, and today we're going to be doing a walkthrough of my social media planner. So as I was setting up for March in my social media planner, I realized that I was running out of pages for doing my social media planner. That's definitely a good thing because I am trying to use down my stash, but also I needed to just add my pages in. And so I decided to take a look at my big supplies, like my big Happy Planner supplies, and come to find out I did have actually two more teacher layout pages or layout planners. And so I wanted to just kind of update my social media planner. In this video, I'll talk about my updates and also do a flip through of the pages that I went ahead and just decorated just because I was like super motivated to get this done. And so I did decorate all of March as well. So we'll talk about that. The flip through of my pages will be at the very end. So if you're interested in just that, do skip to that part. But I wanted to talk about what I ended up doing in terms of updating my social media planner. So I wanted to show you, I guess I should show you in here. So this is my social media planner. It is on expander discs and I love this cover. It sits on my desk pretty much all the time. I don't write in it every single day. I do actually kind of like update like once a week, once every 2 weeks in here. Most of my social media notes are in my catch-all and then I just transfer it in here. But I just love keeping a separate record of all the things that I do that are social media related, just because I feel like if I give it that type of weight, then it will feel like a job. And then I'll feel responsible for it and I will record videos. If I don't do that, then I just feel like, oh, it's just like a fun hobby. And then I don't give it the weight that I feel like I should put into it, like that I should give it some kind of like, I should put effort into it. So that's why I keep a separate planner. I don't recommend a separate planner for everyone. Of course, do what works for you. But I think it works for me. So I do have this social media planner set up right now with this very pretty hello page that was from a teacher layout or a teacher planner. I put my name here and then I do have my pages from 2024, 2025, and then I thought I had pages until 2026, but that's kind of where we were stuck is I didn't have pages for 2026. In fact, I didn't have enough pages even for 2025. And so I did do a flip through of the 2024 pages. I will link that video so that way you can watch it if you'd like to. But I flipped through basically the beginning pages of like all my reference materials and then all of 2024, which at this point, because I'm updating it, I can definitely remove it, right? But going into 2025, and you can see like this is like half of the planner already. So definitely removing 2024 would reduce the bulk quite a bit, but also it's to me, it's not really necessary for me to do that until it gets like overflowing. So I haven't yet moved it out. I just like having the pages together, you guys, just to look at it, but I haven't gotten there yet. But I do, just like I did in 2024, I do use outdated teacher layout pages. And I really like it. I really like it. I didn't want to change systems. But like I said, when I was setting up for March, I did also look forward. And so what I did was flipped to basically, like I would say I got to April. No, actually I got to May. Right, and so in May, I'm still using these kind of like random pages, teacher layout pages that I had in my stash. Right, I've got these random pages, and then I got to June, and when I flipped to June, right, just imagine this, it was completely empty. There were no pages in here. It was just a divider. And so I was like, oh no, okay, I don't have enough pages. What do I need to do? So this was kind of the crossroads, and I decided to, like I said at the beginning, go into my big Happy Planner supplies. I did have in here originally these pages. All right, so this was my initial option, was just to go ahead and start using these Work Plus Life pages. All right, so this is kind of what it looks like. All right, it is a vertical layout, as you can see here, but I wanted to just continue using the teacher layout. That's kind of what I was feeling. And so I went into my stash and I did find that I had two teacher planners. They were actually the exact same. They looked just like this. And so it was actually this planner doubled, right? So I had two of this exact same planner. I did decide to break down the second planner and we'll talk about why in just a second. But this planner is a super neutral teacher layout. So It looks like this, right? And so it's super neutral. I really like that, and I think that must be the reason why I picked up these planners. First, they must have been on clearance, and two, it's neutral, and I just thought, it'd be nice to just kind of redate and use them at some point, is I guess what I was thinking. But clearly it has been, all right, so this is 2022, 2023, a 2022, 2023 planner. I haven't used it yet, so it's been several years now. So it's time to use it. I did decide, because I had two of them, that I would try to put one of them together to try to resell, and then the other one I would use. All right, so that's kind of where we are right now. I did go through this planner, all right, and I left this one on the discs and everything, right? And I went through and I counted to make sure that there were 5 weeks for each month, right? So this one is 1 week, 2 week, 3, 4, 5 weeks. All right, so that was fine. I didn't need to do anything to that one. For September, I think this one had 4 weeks. All right, so 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. All right, so it only had 4 weeks, and so in order to get a 5th week, I pulled a sheet from the second planner and moved it over here. All right, and so that way it had the September in the corner, right? It had the September in the corner, and it matched the margin. So I did that for the entire 12 months. So some months I didn't need to add an extra page. Some months I did, but I literally just pulled from the second planner to add another page, another, like basically a double-sided front and back page in here to make it 5 weeks, right? So now this one, it has the covers, not the covers, it has the dividers, and it has 5 weeks for each month. And I think that's very helpful as a reseller to be able to sell it and be able to give people enough weeks, 5 weeks, so that way they can redate it and not be missing a week. So that's kind of how I do it for resale purposes. I also can use it, honestly. But the second planner, that second planner ended up being, I would say, maybe 45 weeks of pages. And so what I decided to do was go ahead and take the dividers and take the extra pages that I had. All right, I went through, and these were, just imagine, these were initially in here, right? So I went ahead and went through, took out all the work plus life pages and inserted a new divider. All right, so just example, January. That was January, and for January I had that work plus life. Oh no, this is no, yes, this must be correct, right? So I had initially this in here, no divider, right? This was just in there. So I took out this, I put in the divider. All right, and let me just double check, because I feel like, is that correct? Okay, yeah. All right, so yeah, same divider. All right, so I took out the work plus life, I put in the new divider. All right, I did that for January and February, and of course March. I did it for the rest of the year, all the way through until December, okay? And then starting in, I think I had pages until June, right? All right, so in June, starting in June, I decided to go ahead and add in those, the pages from that second planner, right? And so these are the neutral pages that I got from that second planner, and I just put them in here. I did do the redating, all right? So I went ahead and started, realized that I ran out the numbers that I was using. These were the numbers, they look like this, that I was using to redate. So I did go ahead and pull in some other numbers that I had in my stash. And so I did renumber all the way through basically the end of the year, I think. I actually don't know. Let me just take a look. I just did this yesterday, but I don't remember. One of the things that I do that's a little bit different, and because I have so many pages, is I like to keep the entire month together. So this is for June, right? June 30th is a Monday. And even though it's a Monday, I just gave it a full spread, all right? I just like to keep the entire month together. So how the Happy Planner would normally have this 30th, it would be in July. I just don't like to do that. Mostly it helps me to use up my stash, and I like to have the entire month together. That's just how I do it. So you can see the same thing here with June 1st. June 1st is 1 day, but it gets an entire spread by itself. June 30th is 1 day, but it gets the entire spread to itself. And so some weeks will end up, or some months will end up with 6, or I think it's only 6, right? So it would end up with 6 weeks worth of spreads. So it's a way for me to basically use my stash up a little bit more quickly. Right, and so I did this, I think, until I ran out of numbers. So let's see where we got. All right, we got to, it looks like July. with these numbers. Okay, then in August, I again continued redating, but I realized I was out of numbers completely. And so I pulled, this was from Kelva Plan. Not quite sure what I purchased from her that had dates to renumber, but these labels I use for basically the first week of every single month, January all the way through December. So I use these months from Kelva Plan. And then she had, I think, 6 months worth of numbers. And so I used those numbers for the remainder of redating. Right, and so the way that it works is like sometimes you'll end up with these, but I just tape those pages together, right? And so it goes from 17 into 18, you know, and like I said, I think I did it, I did it for the rest of 2025. All right, and so right now then, it goes into the end of 2025. That's December 31st of 2025, and then I did have a couple of random pages. This could be the beginning of my 2026, right? So that is a possibility, but we are at the point now where I might decide in 2026 to move into something completely different, but it is now finally set up where I have all of 2025 in here. I also still do have all of 2024 in here as well. And so once it gets closer to 2026, I will definitely need to clean it out and be able to just kind of make space for 2026. All right. And so after I did all of that redating, I did go in here and I did say that I would show you what I did in terms of decorating. I did go in and just start laying random stuff down to decorate for March. These things that I've got are from like super random like scrapbook kits that I have. They're not even kits, they're just like scrapbook like envelopes or envelopes full of junk. And so I just started laying stuff down. This is definitely not my favorite, but again, like random page right here, I taped those together. This one's super cute. I kind of like this one, how I did that. I used like one single sheet. It was like kind of vinyl-y, and I laid that down. That was super cute. All right. These are all, I think these are all actually Happy Planner. Oh, minus the boxes. These are from Kelva Plan. Right, again, like another page where I would tape that together. Right, so this is, this was the entire pack. I had a pack of like sticker flakes, paper flakes. And so I laid them all down. They were like very repeated images. There were 5 of each image. Right, and I just laid it down like across the middle. I thought that was super cute. And then here is March 24th through 30th. I found in one of the random envelopes, I found a wrong sticker sheet, like the Happy Planner wrong sticker sheet, and it was folded in half. So some of the stickers were kind of like folding over, and so I laid those down and then added some Happy Planner stickers from a washi sticker book, and then these are just from a random like non-Happy Planner, I think a Dollar Tree sticker sheet, right? And then again, March 31st, even though it's a single day, I did put it on here. And I'm pretty sure I don't have a corresponding, I'm missing a page. So what I would do here, I didn't decorate, you can see, but I'll probably just like have a scrapbook paper, 12 by 12 that I cut down to 8.5 by 11, and then use the remainder of the 12 by 12 to kind of like carry the theme over. That's kind of how I do it in order to kind of fill out this space. All right, and then I have an envelope full of like notes to myself of things I want to do, right? And I haven't decorated for anything else, but yeah, I definitely wanted to talk to you about how I update my planners. I do it in real time, I really do. And so as I update, I always like to kind of plan ahead for what I'm using for the next months, for the next years, and be prepared for that. And again, my big goal is to be able to use my stash up, and that requires me to be kind of deliberate about like where things go and how I put things together. So that's kind of where we are. I hope you enjoyed this video. I felt like kind of chatty and a little bit all over the place, but you know, this is my process, and so I did want to explain it to you and show you my updated social media planner. If you did enjoy this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, and until the next video, bye guys.